Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. I welcome you all to the 519th meeting of Deshpande Education Trust Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Sandeep and I will be the sergeant at arms for this meeting. Stepping beyond your comfort zone. Exciting, right? As I am a student and most of my friends are students and they used to relax on the weekends. But I love to do cycling for a long distance like 50 kilometers, 70 kilometers, and even 100 kilometers on weekends. When we go for such a long distance, at first 10 kilometers, our legs pray for a mercy, and the water bottle will become the friend for the throughout the journey. And when we came to the destination, the sense of satisfaction it's insane. And I love to work in the agriculture farm. And most of my friends say coding is not that easy. And even IT professionals are says coding, doing programming and being in a IT profession is not easy. So I tell them to try to be a professional farmer for a day. Then they will came to know how hard it is. Stepping beyond comfort zone, that will give experience a lot. When we step beyond our comfort zone, it's obvious that we will have some obstacles in between. But when we go through that journey, we will end up with the new learnings. So there is one common saying: the growth will begin at the end of your comfort zone. So before we follow on to the next further meetings, I will brief out some ground rules to be followed in this meeting. So I request all the Toastmasters to keep your phone in a silent mode and electronic gadgets in vibration mode so that it can't disturb the speaker on the stage. So I will give few seconds to do so. Please do it. So please don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in your speech, as it may hurt some people's emotions. And please respect timer as well as a timer. And please use designated dustbins to keep this venue clean. And encourage the speakers who are on the stage by clapping your claps. And now it's time to call upon the person we call the president of the meeting. To introduce him, I will say a kind of a person who says vada pav is a healthy snack and who really believes in hard work. And with a big round of applause, please help me and welcome Toastmaster Nitish as president of the meeting.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Can I have again? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Before I open the meeting, I would like to call the acting secretary of the meeting, Toastmaster Remjim, to read the previous minutes of meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Jim. With this, I open meeting number 519 open. Beyond the comfort zone. Anyone from here? What do you mean by comfort zone? Anybody? Can we get it from a spiritual person? What is comfort zone according to you? Can we have a microphone, please? It's here.
To me, comfort zone is being in within our limits, like what we know and what we don't know. We are not exploring those things because we are kind of lazy or not trying to do those things, not getting out of our comfort zone. We want to live in those comforts we have set ourselves, like an illusory world. So we are living in an illusion. That is comfort zone for me.
Good. From Jim, what is comfort zone according to you? Within 30 seconds.
For me, comfort zone is waking up at 6. Yeah, because and yeah, like obviously if I've decided my goal, then to complete itself is beyond my comfort zone because I never do that. So
Good, excellent. Thank you. When I was just browsing around what is comfort zone, I was wondering. Of course, my close friend ChatGPT. This was a wondering for me where comfort zone is not only beyond having a setback, but there are two main types of comfort zone. One is physical comfort zone and the emotional comfort zone. As we know, physical comfort zone is as usual. We don't want to take a risk. Suppose a table topic speaker calls on the stage and we avoid. This is physical comfort zone, what we know. But beyond this, something we have called as emotional comfort zone. Let me give an example. Toastmaster Akanksha is a VP of a club. Now, she is in a busy schedule. I call Toastmaster Akanksha, can you get me this work done? What do you think is her priority, Toastmaster TM Preeti? She's in a busy work. I have called her to assign a work. Has she attend my call or she has to do her work? What do you think is your priority? What do you think is your priority? Uh-huh. 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 Excellent answer. But one thing what we miss out here is, well, this is what I do. We are in a busy meeting and we get a call, we do attend it. But the focus is diverts. Because what I was browsing around, the emotional comfort zone is basically what we do is we divert from what the work we are doing and we change our focusness towards others because of the emotional feelings what we have. How many of you got this what I have told? Or else I'm gonna repeat it again. I wanna see the hands raised, or else I'm gonna repeat again. No, I'm gonna repeat it again. So the emotional comfort zone is basically we give time to others when we not see our priority for ourselves. This is because of the emotional feelings we have. Of course, Toastmaster Akanksha has a priority for a club what she has, but it is important to focus on what the work she has. And I was going through some of the case studies of great leaders whatever work it is. They don't even hook or cook. It is they see the work they have and the great leaders what have met with. They see that whatever the calls they have got, they'll follow up before they sleep. So the lesson what we have to take is comfort zone is not only taking a beneath the step. It is important we see our priorities and we don't miss out our follow-ups. There is another type of comfort zone where people go through the opposite of comfort zone. What it is? The discomfort zone. What we do is we want to do everything, especially I want to do everything, but it is important again. How do we prioritize? How do we say no to the things? It might be anything. It has happened with me. Many projects, I think I have to take it because I have a good chance, but I miss on the other priorities what I have. So, dear Toastmasters, comfort zone is not just sitting up beneath or taking a back seat. We have to understand there is another type of comfort zone where we don't understand this is emotional comfort zone. We look for people's feelings and we go beyond that. Coming to the last type of comfort zone where we all struggle through. Toastmaster Sandeep, what is that one thing you don't like to do, but still you need to do? Studies, excellent. Toastmaster Mahmadhusen, what is that you don't like, but still you need to do? Editing videos, Toastmaster Rachana, what you don't like to do, but you still. Uh-huh. Okay. Same page, same page, same page. Good, 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 good. Another type of comfort zone, what we go beyond is the things we hate a lot, but we don't want to do it. It might be Mahmadhusen told, I don't want to edit videos. He told, he's a product designer. I can understand it. I can understand. I can relate it. Where she's forcefully made to design a posters. Again, here comes a picture where I have understood sometimes should we take an opportunity to do or should we step back? I was in the same phase in my life where many things I was forced to do. And I told this is not my cup of tea and I took a step back. I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone. This is not my cup of tea. But a day where came some things forcibly which I tend to do it, it helped me a lot. We did not understand everything, but we need to understand some things to move forward. Let me give an example. We have a doctors in our club. Do you think they should read it about technology? They feel we have a good people around us who can give a better solutions to us. And they might sit back in a comfort zone. They did not learn it. But one thing what we need to understand is it's important to learn, come forward and learn some things which are important. So this is what about I have understood. Let us see from others what is real comfort zone is. To take this meeting forward, we have someone known as director of the show, director of the ceremony. She is someone who has graduated from BCom and she is flying to abroad for her future studies in investment banking. So with a round of applause, help me in welcome Toastmaster Khushi as a Toastmaster of the day.
Good evening, everyone. All of us in our lives have those particular stories or moments that have always kept us motivated or inspired from the very first time where we heard or read them. Do you agree? So I have this story which I resonated since the age of 7 to or 8 years old. And since then, the moral of the story had made sense a little extra. So there was this turtle named Timmy, and he lived in a small pond. That small pond was his entire world. He called it a beautiful place, a safe, familiar, and a predictable. And it had all the things that required for his particular life. Meanwhile, whenever his friends visited him, they always, described an extraordinarily beautiful place beyond the boundaries of that pond. And Timmy now wondered, he pondered about what lay beyond those boundaries of the pond. And eventually, he also started realizing that, yes, the resources in this particular pond is diminishing. It's all vanishing. I have to look for something else to survive this life. And with the same idea, he started to take a leap beyond that particular pond. His journey was slow and steady, while he faced his own battles with roadblocks on his way. But still, he managed to reach his destination. And once he reached his destination, he saw a beautiful place, a fairy tale with clear water, abundant resources, and adequate food. So, Toastmasters, what did I learn from this little tiny story? I learned that sometimes we have to go beyond this thought, which goes like, stretch your legs as far as the length of the mattress. Because when you start sympathizing your own flaws, your own bad habits, it's when you don't look upon your capabilities. Rather, try to focus to change those habits, become a better person. And to talk about my idea of beyond the comfort zone that we're celebrating today in Toastmasters meeting, I've always loved trying new things, exploring world. A little example that I would like to give about it in my daily life is my best friend and I, we're both very much similar with our thought process. But when it comes to choices, we are dead opposites. Like whenever I go to a cafe, she's a person who is always going to go with cold coffee, no matter where we are going. But I'm a person who will try new beverages. Like the one which I tried, it was raspberry Americano, which is a combination of raspberry juice and some caffeine. So it did taste good, but I like exploring different tastes rather than just sticking on to one particular taste of cold coffee. So this is how I lead my life, exploring new things and adventure. Now, because of moving out of the comfort zone, as Toastmasters, we are here today on this platform, which is Toastmasters International, which was found by Ralph's Medley. And how lucky are we that we found such an amazing Toastmasters club right in our hometown, which was founded by 3 amazing leaders, Mr. V. Narayan Kulkarni, Mr. Manjunath Hirimat, and Mr. Sanjay Kulkarni. Now let's talk about how a meeting goes on. Our meeting has 3 segments. The first segment being prepared speeches, where speakers come with a prepared speech and deliver a full-fledged speech for around 5 to 7 minutes and then later get evaluated. The second segment is all about table topic, which is the most interesting part. It's a session which is very similar to pick and speak. And the third segment is about evaluation, where the general evaluator is going to evaluate the whole of our meeting. Now, to begin with, let's move forward. I would like to introduce a person who is a distinguished member among all Toastmasters here. And today I would like to address her as the Captain America, who is going to lead our team of superheroes for communication, who are definitely going to shield us from all those incorrect usages that are meant to be used in communication. So please help me in welcoming our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Preeti. Here.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I don't see any guests, so it is just Toastmasters. I'm your general evaluator for today's meeting. And what do? I certainly don't remove flaws. But then I'm here to give you genuine feedback. There's a very little difference between flaw and feedback, but we'll consider it as giving genuine feedback. Now, what do we do with this feedback when it's given? We have three options. One, we leave it in the room here and calmly step out and reach our house. Two, you go home and deeply think about the feedback. And three is you go home, think about the feedback, step out of your comfort zone and try to take action on the feedback if you feel that the feedback is right. And what happens when you do the third thing is you become a different person. You become a better speaker and a better leader. So the choice is all yours as to what you would do with the feedback. But to do the feedback along with me, I have a team. And this team is called the Taggle team. Taggle's team, T stands for the timer, A for the R counter, G for the grammarian, and L for the listener. Please keep your applause high while I call each one of them. Our timer for today is Toastmaster Kanchan. And she stepped out of her comfort zone and joined Toastmasters because she wanted to be a good speaker. Please give a huge round of applause to our timer, Toastmaster Kanchan.
Good evening, fellow toasters and dear guests. My name is Toastmaster Kanchan, and I'm your timer for this meeting. As a timer, it's my duty to track the time of each speaker, the time allotted to the speakers. And I'm going to use 3 flashcards. This green card indicates qualifying time, and this yellow card indicates the target time, and this red card, when I flash the red card, it indicates the final time. As we all know, we have 3 segments in our meeting. The first segment is prepared speech. For prepared speech, for icebreaker, we have 4 to 6 minutes, where green card for 4 minutes. For 5 minutes, I'll be flashing the yellow card. And for 6 minutes, I'll be flashing this red card. You get extra 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And for other speeches, we have minimum 5 minutes to 7 minutes. For 5 minutes, I'll be flashing this green card. For 6 minutes, I'll be flashing this yellow card. And for 7 minutes, I'll be flashing the red card. You get extra 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. Coming to the next segment of the meeting, that is debate topic session. Here the speaker is allotted 1 to 2 minutes of time. For 1 minute, I'll be indicating this green card. For 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow card. And for 2 minutes, I'll be flashing this red card. Again, here you get extra 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. Coming to the last segment, that is the evaluation. Here, the evaluator gets to evaluate the speech for 2 to 3 minutes. For 2 minutes, I'll be flashing this green card. For 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card. For 3 minutes, I'll be flashing this red card. You get extra 30 seconds again to wrap up your speech. All the best for all the speakers. I hope that you utilize your allotted time and don't go out of the time. If you do that, you get disqualified. I'll get back with my report at the end of this meeting. Thank you.
My next team member is taking up the role for the first time. She wants to step out of her comfort zone and learn ballet dancing. Let us keep all our wishes for her so that very soon she is out of her comfort zone and achieves what she wishes to achieve. Please give a huge round of applause to my next team member, the R counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Rachana.
Did you hear that? That's not me trying to sing. That is the sound of a filler word sneaking into your speech. Good evening, dear Toastmasters.
Good evening.
So my job today is to catch those sneaky little ahs, so, like, and that tend to hijack our speech. So as you're our counter today, I will be listening carefully to all the unnecessary sounds and filler words. At the end of the meeting, I'll be back with my report on how we did. So before that, a fun fact. Did you know that filler words they exist in almost every language? In French, Japanese, Spanish, even sign language has pauses and repeated signs that act as fillers. So if you ever feel guilty of using them, don't worry, you're just being multilingual. But on a serious note, because all of us are here to become better speakers, so today let's get out of our comfort zone and aim for as few fillers as possible. So I'll be back with my report whenever the general evaluator comes. Thank you.
My next team member. He is the grammarian of today's meeting. Well, I thought he sings extremely well. One of my favorite in the DET Toastmasters Club. But recently at a family function, when his parents asked him to sing, he was not comfortable and he didn't sing. So what's our duty? As his friends, we give him more opportunities to step out of his comfort zone and sing in front of a large audience so that next time he doesn't disappoint his parents. Please put your hands together for the wonderful singer that we have in our group today, Toastmaster Pranav as our grammarian.
Grammar matters more than you think. I repeat, grammar matters more than you think. A warm good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and dear all guests, but guests are not there, sorry. Yeah. So, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Preeti ma'am. So, today I am acting as the role of grammarian. So, my job is to pay close attention to every speaker or role takers who come up on the stage and speak. I will be noting down good usages as well as bad usages. So if someone uses the quotes or some sayings, I'll be also noting them. And my another job is to introduce the word of the day for today's meeting. So word of the day for today's meeting is relish. So the word of the day for today's meeting, as I say, relish. The meaning of that is to enjoy or like something. Example for that, I always relish a challenge. I relish traveling to new places with my friends. This example relates me. Yeah, so these are the examples for the word of the day. And in Toastmasters, there is a tradition of snapping fingers. So I encourage everyone to use the word of the day as much as possible. So whoever will use the word of the day, we will snap the fingers. So this was all about my role. Back to Toastmaster Preeti. I will be back with my report when General Evaluator calls me upon the stage.
And now for the listener of today's meeting. Well, she's the first time listener in our club. She has taken a challenge and out of her comfort zone at TT Toastmasters because she wants to learn and make her English speaking skills better. So what do? We do that, and for that, let us give her a huge round of applause because she's taken up a first role as a listener today. Put your hands together for Toastmaster Harsha as a listener. And don't forget the gifts that she brought for us today.
Learn to be a good listener. Your ears will never get you into a trouble. Good evening, Toastmasters, and sorry, no guest. Good evening, Toastmaster. I will be the listener for today's meeting. I will be noting down some interesting lines and sayings who speaks on the stage. So, who speaks on the stage? I will be asking some questions on that. I will be back with my questions when general evaluator calls me on the stage. Thank you.
Our speech evaluator also is a part of my team who will be introduced by the Toastmaster of the day very soon. And I will come back with my team to give my report in the end when the Toastmaster of the day calls me. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
So now it's time to step into the first segment of our meeting, that is prepared speeches. Today we have a Toastmaster who is studying AI engineering, and I really hope that she invents an app that actually pushes us to step beyond our comfort zone. So before that, I call upon the Toastmaster to give her speech. I would like her evaluator, Toastmaster Sandeep, to read out the speech objectives.
Good evening once again, and special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pragati. My target speaker, Toastmaster Pragati, her pathway is strategic relationship, and she is giving a speech on level 1 project 4, and the title of the speech is Swami Vivekananda's philosophy on self-confidence and personal growth. And the objective of the speech is, the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Thank you.
So Toastmasters, get ready to listen to a philosophical story of Swami Vivekananda. Let's welcome Toastmaster Pragati.
Good evening, everyone. Did you ever imagine that if a Swami Vivekananda was alive today, what advice he could have given for the young people who are struggling with a career pressure and a self-doubt, right? The answer lies in a timeless philosophy that Swami Vivekananda said, the strength lies within you, you can do anything and everything, right? Such an inspirational quote where a youth can implement in his career, in his life to grow. But in our generation, we often see the people who try for the validation. They try for the validation from others. They try comparing their own self. They try comparing with others, right? Like, why am I lacking behind? Why am I not good? Why am I behind, right? Why are you comparing this? This is a lack of a sign of a lack of confidence, right? Coming to this, confidence plays a very important role in a personal growth, right? Personal growth is not a something that overnight you can achieve. It is something you have to work on yourself each and every day, work hard, spend time, persistent and consistently, right? Coming to this, confidence is not something that you're born with. It is something that you have to develop by your self-belief. Confidence is something that you are in a room of 100 people and you have excelled in a particular topic or particular area that you're good at. And if 100 people ask you a question about it and you're able to answer each and every question, that sparks a confidence, right? My evaluator, she always says, I lack of confidence sometimes. She said, if you're prepared, you don't lack for the confidence. If you're not, then you lack confidence because you're not prepared, right? That is such a true thing. Today, I am standing here, taking my own decision, perceiving engineering. Always want to know how does basically tech work. And always had a goal that I want to do something on my own, like how I'm got inspired my own dad, where this 3 years of my engineering has taught. This engineering has taught my strengths, my weakness. I struggled, I failed, I succeeded, I cried. That is a journey where it taught me who am I, and what I can do, right? But thing is, in a society, if a person asks, Pragati, what are you trying to do? Like, what is your goal and what do you want to achieve? My answer is like, right now I'm pursuing engineering and my goal is to do something on my own and be an entrepreneur. And suddenly the question comes from the person, you know that what does entrepreneur mean? You know, it's such a risky thing. You can't do that. You can't do this. You're a very emotional person and you can't do this. It's such a, you start questioning your own ability from these people that you're question you, right? That is a challenge that the youth of the people face. That is not only me. That is where Swami Vivekananda said, self-doubt is a shadow that will disappear whenever you go towards the light, that is self-belief, right? He always encourages us, be bold, be strong, achieve your goals, right? By this inspirational quote that I always believe, I had my goal, as mentioned before, I want to do something on my own. I don't know it will take me 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. I'll turn 40 years. But somewhere it's there, I want to build something on my own. It's nothing like 10 years I'll do something which I don't like. Maybe, but I will learn and I will do it one day that I can. Coming to the personal growth story, in that career pressure plays very important role, personal growth, where in that career pressure, where we see people expect us to be good at academics, you have to be good at social life, you have to be good at the many other activities. When you don't fulfill, they say, why are you even doing that? You're not capable of doing what stream you are. You're not even capable of what you're doing. That thing is, you have to not take the failure as a full stop in your life. You have to take it as a stone to success, right? And basically, I've come to this club at 5:30 and seen that Toastmaster Kanchan asked me, why did you cry? I mean, she saw my eyes, I cried. The thing was, I failed today. I was having a competition at my school, at my college, a speech competition, where I really gave my best. I prepared, and it was really good, where everyone appreciated. They literally came up to me and asked me, you really gave very well. Somewhere, I did not have hopes that I will win, because every time in my life, failure was not once, it has been many in this engineering. It has come to hand, but it did not come. A conference got accepted, suddenly got rejected. Almost tomorrow was a booking to go for Uttarakhand. Suddenly today night was rejection. And it felt really bad. And today also I got rejected. I was hoping somewhere I could have got first, second, third prize. And the thing is, I don't know the question mark. Why did I fail now? I've just come up to a club. I thought, no, I'll not give my speech. I'm very emotional. I don't want to give. But it's okay that I got to myself. At 5:40, I was saying, Pragati, you're going for DT and you're not able to do anything. You're not able to deliver speech. You couldn't. And felt really bad. But at end, I felt it is your growth story. Obviously, you will fail at some extent. You will learn. I came up. Yes, I will. Today, I will take my feedback. Today, I will learn. I will work on it. And I will do that. And that is what literally came to my mind. Thank you very much for DET Toastmasters. After giving speech was the only thing it came to my mind. Literally, I was thanking for everyone over here standing, evaluating me, listening me. Was something that I can expect. And I stood there, I spoke for 5 minutes. I'm a person who doesn't even speak for 30 seconds and I spoke 5 minutes. I was like, thank you a lot. And coming to the people, young minds over here, in your life, you have lost somewhere. A quote by Swami Vivekananda advice was, take up an idea, live that idea, think that idea, and dream that idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragati. You see, I was so much indulged in a speech that I actually forgot that I was a Toastmaster of the day. Great, well done. I think she was very right that failure actually teaches a lot of things. And I think she has followed the theme of the meeting very well today, beyond your comfort zone, by actually coming up here and giving speech. Kudos to you. Now, let's move on to the next segment of the meeting, that is table topics. And for this particular session, we have a Toastmaster who's actually got this American accent, which I really admire, because he's always come up with this one little idea that, yes, I want to move beyond my comfort zone and learn things, whatever it takes me to do so. So let's welcome Toastmaster Mahmadhusen.
Good evening, Toastmasters. So I'm the table topic master for today's meeting. So this session is all about picking members randomly, and they will be given a topic and they are supposed to speak on that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So I would encourage everyone to step beyond your comfort zone and accept the table topics given to you as a challenge and speak on the topic given to you openly. So now the time for every speaker would be 1 to 2 minutes, right? So I would like to start. First, I would like to call Toastmaster Sangmesh. Toastmaster Sangmesh, what's the one thing that motivates you to get out of your comfort zone? What's the one thing that motivates you to get out of your comfort zone? Toastmaster Sangmesh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. The one thing which motivates me to get out of my comfort zone is learning. So as we get out of our comfort zones, we try new things, we do so many mistakes, we try to learn from those mistakes, and always we end up learning some or the other thing. Even though we are not comfortable doing those things which are doing for the first time, we'll do so many mistakes. And in learning, at least we'll learn that I should, like, for me it is like, if I had done this mistake, then at least I will not do this mistake again. This is how I learn a new mistake. So this is one of the thing which motivates me to come out of my comfort zones. And very recently I want to like to tell you something. Sunday, it was Sunday, and morning at the time of 6 o'clock, I was told to cut fruits. And I will show you something. Can you see this? Yes. So while doing, like, I don't know, like, there's actually a particular method to cut fruits in the temple, and I need to get a hold of it. But I was trying it for the second time I was trying it. So while, like, the knife and all, I was trying to cut an apple, and it was so hard. I, instead of cutting the apple, cut my finger here. So, but I learned from this mistake that I should not cut my finger. So, and this is how we learn from the mistakes, and at least you will learn a new mistake every time you get out of your comfort zone. So this is my motivation. Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you, Master Sangmesh. So yes, I truly believe learning is the one thing that motivates us to get out of our comfort zone. So now next, I'd like to call Toastmaster Afaq. Toastmaster Afaq, share when stepping out of your comfort zone went hilariously wrong. Share a time when stepping out of your comfort zone went hilariously wrong. Toastmaster Afaq.
The speaker who came over here previously, the prepared speaker, spoke about confidence. And what is one thing about a confidence which I realized very late in my life is, if our confidence is more in one area where we are better, it may be very bad in some area where we do not know well. For example, I don't drive, so I may not be a good confident driver, but I am a good confident speaker. Now, in one part of my business, that is an ophthalmology, ENT, and neurosurgery, I am a very confident businessman, and I win all the tenders there. But whenever I have tried for hospital furniture or for pharma drugs, I have failed miserably. Why is that? Because I was not confident in that particular area of my entrepreneurship. Why is it so? And when the confidence is misplaced, they say the beggars also intimidate you, because the people who do not have any stature also can put you down when you do not have a confidence. It's not about that person. What my confidence went hilariously very bad in life is taking, going into a pre-tender meeting where I thought that I'm very confident of, and coming out without knowing anything. It was a pre-tender meeting. That means where the pre-bid meeting is carried out and huge amount of discussion is done over there. So as we were discussing the things, the invited, the person who invited, the inviting authority, the joint director in Bangalore, asked me, what would be your limit in this business? I said, anything you put a line on. I thought I can do anything about it. Then he said, what extent can you go? Then I thought for a while, I didn't know. And I came to know that I'm going wrong somewhere over here. I have not prepared something. So what had happened is, I had not calculated that to what an extent the business I can stake on. So that went very wrong. Having confidence of doing something and doing something, knowing that to what measure we can do is very important in life. That is the lesson I learned that. And thereafter, I was very well versed with the line of my confidence and what actually confidence is needed to do particular thing. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Afaq. Yeah, it's true that in business, taking risk doesn't mean being totally careless. You have to take calculated risk. Otherwise, your stepping out of comfort zone will hilariously go wrong. So now I would like to call Toastmaster Sandeep. Toastmaster Sandeep, what is the most awkward stranger by mistake? What is the most awkward thing that you have ever said to a stranger by mistake? Toastmaster Sandeep.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I didn't spoke to any strangers as of my knowledge first, and I didn't told any misconception or information to the strangers. And I really not able to speak about the topics.
Toastmaster Sandeep. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Rimjim. Toastmaster Rimjim, if you were to roast those who believe that stepping out of the comfort zone is the only path to growth, how would you do that? If you were to roast those who believe that stepping out of the comfort zone is the only path to growth, how would you do that, Toastmaster Rimjim?
Look, I love my dad so much, but he is among one of those persons or people who strongly believes that you have to wake up at 5. If even I am suffering from cancer also, you have to wake up at 5. What is this? What are you doing? I think you have like most of the comedies also revolve around this. And I mean, I can relate it to all those comedies so much because like, okay, so here a comedian always says, Dad, I'm depressed. Are you waking up at 5? Have you completed your syllabus? What's going on in your life? So I feel I would 100% hair toast my dad for that, because I mean, I'm a student. I can wake up at 7:30 and catch my bus at 7:45. What's wrong? Things are being done with 10 hours of sleep. So like, what's the need of waking up at 5? Like, you have to wake up at 5, etc., etc., and like anything. And I'm Afaq sir, and like, look, even my socks are also correct. I mean, like, I can wake up at 7:30, still find matching pair of socks. So there is no need to wake up at 5 or anything. And people say you have to start preparing like for your exams prior a month, etc. I am a bright student. It's no need. Like, I can even catch up for everything even a week before. I mean, like, it's all about talent, and it's all about me, who is always so intelligent. Akanksha, don't stare, and it's always like that. Thank you.
Great. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Pranav. Toastmaster Pranav, what is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in college so far? What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in college so far? Toastmaster Pranav.
So once again, good evening to all. This When I was a table topic master last week, I had asked this question to someone else, like embarrassing something, some moment. So it's reversed back to me. It's fine. So recently it had happened. It will be happening, but recently it had happened in my, as I'm studying BCom. So in KLE, I am you all. I think so. Most of people know I'm not good at waking up early morning. So it's a bad thing or good thing. It's so my friend, he used to call me and wake up every morning. So he used to call, Pranav, are you ready to the college? I used to say, just 5 minutes. I will be going to take shower, and I will be just 5 minutes. I will come. He used to be waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I will be not there. So afterwards he will go. He used to go, and he used to not wait next 2 to 3 days. So he used to go by himself, and I used to go by me itself. So one day, what happened? Like recently, my exams got over. We For exams also we went late. That was one thing. So principal was is very strict. Now principal is very strict. So I went 2 minutes late. Went to the college. Everyone were seated, and I and my friend. By me getting late, he also got late. So we both went. We entered the college, and madam was standing there itself, principal madam. So she said, she's very rude, and she will when she speaks, every college corner, everyone hears that. So how far she is loud. So she scored really bad. And afterwards, when I went to the classroom, they were asking all students, Nina alla late bandidde. The principal was scolding enough. So like that, she used to scream. So that's all. Back to
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. I hope at least From now onwards, you will step out of your comfort zone and attend their classes on time. So now I would like to call Toastmaster Preeti. Have you ever faced a moment where you had to choose between following your passion and sticking to a stable, secure path? What decision did you make? How did it turn out?
A lengthy topic. Good evening, dear Toastmasters. Selecting your passion or choosing something that is stable and secure. Let me add something to Rimjing. I hope my dad doesn't watch this video. Well, at times, you really can't select your passion because your dad selects a stable and secure life for you. That's what happened to me. A little girl of 19 years old, just 19, she wants to become an entrepreneur or to do something great in life, just like the boys do. But then someone else decides a stable and secure life for me, and that's when what you do. You exchange garlands, you move around the fire, and you get married. And don't ask me that you don't know. You don't tell me you don't know what happens after marriage. What happens? Well, don't use your brain too much. You get married, you have children, you have in-laws, you have a lot of work in the kitchen, and you're all passion. The passion is gone into the cooking vessel and it's gone for a toss. But then what decision did I take and what did I do of it is the next question. Well, dear friends, if you ask all the 50 crore people who went into the Prayagraj and took a holy dip into the Ganga, everyone has had a problem and everyone has faced something for which they feel they've been victims. Yes or no? Everyone has their set of challenges. What did I do? At times when I used to feel that, no, dad, you are wrong, or I felt that life is done wrong to me, I thought that this is what is decided in the universe for me. And what do I do best in this situation? That's when I took up computer classes, learned some computers in my free time. Well, I was an early mom, so I spent great time with my children when my energy levels were the highest. And at some times, to pursue my passion as an entrepreneur and to be a great speaker, this beautiful organization called Toastmasters came my way. And I joined Toastmasters a few years ago. So what I have to say is sometimes you decide for yourself and sometimes someone else decides for you. What is important is you don't dip into this feeling of that you were a victim, but do the best that you can do in that situation. And trust me, that would have been the best decision for you. And if you are right and strong in that moment, no one can ever take the energies from you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Akanksha. What's the worst piece of advice you have ever taken and what happened due to that? What's the worst piece of advice you have ever taken and what happened due to that? Toastmaster Akanksha.
I've been given a lot of personal advices. Probably at that time, I thought it would be the best to follow that. And sometimes I would, bargain that, okay, probably this is not good, but sometimes I would be forced to do it. For example, this is a hypothetical situation. This did not happen. I've seen a lot of these Instagram posts where your best friend tells you to do something and then you call them back telling them that you did the whole opposite thing that they told you to do. So this doesn't happen with me and my best friend. Whatever she tells, I follow. Whatever I tell, she follows. But we both fall into the really wrong pit, which we don't get the actual desired results that we want. Let me give an example, which was one of the bad advice that I thought I was given, but turned out to be a good one. That's
that has had happened recently. Just a year ago, not even a year, last probably April 19th was the last day of CET exams. I finished it. I was on vacation mode. I was so happy. My dad suggested, why don't you skip college? Why don't you just skip education, get into the working field, get some experience out of it, and you can become an entrepreneur early in your life, rather than experiencing college, wasting your time and stuff. I was very reluctant to do this because I thought that was bad advice. Every time my dad says something, I always think it's bad advice, but once I do it, it turns out to be the best advice. I really wanted to go to college, that too in Bangalore. I wanted to go there. I wanted to make new friends. I wanted to go out. I wanted to party. I wanted to do a lot of stuff. But when he said, don't go to college, it wasn't an order. It was a choice that he had given. But I don't know if you know, whenever my dad gives choices, it has to go his way. Even if it's a choice, I have to do it his way. So I did it. I'm still pursuing my BA from an online university. I'm still doing it. But I think that it is the best advice he has given, that I skipped going to college. Instead of that, I'm getting real life experience. I know this didn't stick to the topic, but I think it was somewhat related, and this was one of the bad advice that I thought my dad gave, but turned out to be the best one yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akanksha. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Nandeesh. Toastmaster Nandeesh, have you ever been caught dancing alone when you thought no one was watching? Have you ever been caught dancing alone when you no one was watching? Toastmaster.
Dancing and me are dead opposite. And I sing songs, but I never dance. But I had an embarrassing situation when it was my cousin brother's wedding, and I didn't know I was standing. All were dancing, and my brother called me, Nandeesh, come here, he said, and he suddenly forced me to dance. So it was one of the most embarrassing situations, because I love to sing, but I do not dance. So that's my take.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandeesh. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Raghav. Toastmaster Raghav, what is the craziest thing that you have agreed to do just to be polite? What is the craziest thing you have agreed to do just to be polite? Toastmaster Raghav.
Good evening, everyone. Craziest thing, just to be polite. I'll not say craziest thing just to be polite. Maybe craziest thing to win. So, few people know I had a fest in my college. In my fest, I got selected as a BM, Best Manager. So we have in management stream, in management fest, we have various teams: Best Manager, HRPR, Finance, Marketing, and all. The Best Manager is the toughest stream, and the final round happened in front of the entire college. I'm telling entire college. I got selected to the finals. I was on the stage. My round was going on, and the judge told me to go out there, talk to a girl for 1 minute. Okay, fine. That's simple. Okay. I went. I told a girl, hello, what's your name? Then he told, bring that girl onto the stage. I brought her on the stage. Then he told, now start to flirt with her till 1 minute. One, like in front of the entire college, flirt. Okay, I did that. I did that. Probably that was the craziest thing. Thank
I would like to call Toastmaster Nitish. Toastmaster Nitish, is living a job that makes you unhappy a sign of stepping beyond the comfort zone, or is it just giving up? Is living a job that makes you unhappy a sign of stepping beyond the comfort zone, or is it just giving up? Toastmaster Nitish.
Dear Toastmasters, there are two things in life. One is you don't get a right job and a right partner. You get it only by luck. This is what I feel. He has asked, coming to the job, what I feel is, according to my experience, there are three things which are at most important. One is having a consistent patience in where you are working with. Second thing, aligning to the vision of the leader whom you are working. Third, having the ability to learn. I will share an example of my story. I was working in one of the company called Alagato, a company which paid me a better than a company which could really pay me. I was a person who told I cannot do this and I left the job, but I still regret for, because there were things where I didn't like the things to do. But the time passed, I understood that the things which were forcibly made me to do are the things which I am here today. So dear, all the Toastmasters or who are here today, I suggest you two things. One is put your 100%, at least for a company wherever you go, be for at least for 4 years, because we see in a current generation where we skip for 1 year. Let us talk about our fathers. My papa tells 35 years where he worked in a bank. Might be some of your parents who worked at least more than minimum 10 to 15 years. That is where they are today. So coming to your take, that is my call. Be consistent and put your 100%. No job is perfect.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitish. And this is all. So here the table topic session comes to an end. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmadhusen. We had a great session. So let's move further with the third segment. We can have an evaluation for the speech. Okay. I'd like to call upon a general evaluator.
Good evening, Toastmasters. And here is the evaluation segment. And for the first role, we have our speech evaluator, Toastmaster Sandeep, evaluate our speaker. And here he goes.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters, and special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pragati. So I will evaluate Toastmaster Pragati's speech in a sandwich method. So I will give positive feedbacks and constructive criticism in middle, and overall feedback at the end of my evaluation. So coming to positive feedbacks, her speech was well organized and well structured, and her spoken language was clear enough, and it was audible to all of the speakers who are in the room. And she timings around 7 minutes, exact 7 minutes in her speech. And these all are the positive feedbacks from my side. And there are some improvements that Toastmaster Pragati need to improve in her speech. So she need to work on the tone. So I thought her speech was monotonous. So while giving her speech, in between, in the middle of her speech, she was explaining about the experience about today. So she got failed in exam. So it was like a monotonous. So she would have said, "I failed in exam." So the tone was not according to that situation. So you need to work on the tone. And eye contact was maintained, very well maintained to all of the audience. And but the only thing, eye contact was not maintained at the end of the hall. I mean, for those rows, the eye contact was not maintained, and you didn't give pause in between the speeches. So you spoke the speech in one way, so you didn't give the pause in between. And interaction was not there with the audience. You didn't give pause to the audience to say yes, and the interaction was less. And coming back to positives, your stage usage was good, your gestures was impressive, and you were confident on the stage. And that's my report. Thank you.
Can we now have our R counter to give the R counter report? Pardon? We have an evaluator. Oh, yeah. You'll give it right now or after the? Yeah. Can we have the R counter with her report? Grammarian or after the quiz?
Good evening again. So before I start with my report, I actually want to say that 2 days back when I got to know I was the R counter, suddenly I just started noticing filler words everywhere. In fact, yesterday my dad was watching Sadhguru Shivratri live, and I think Sadhguru and a few other ministers were giving speech, and I was actually sitting and counting the R's and ums. And I think it's also making me aware of how many filler words I'm using while speaking. So yeah. Yeah. Coming back to the report, let's give a huge round of applause for the silent sages for today. The speaker who used the least number of fillers today, and it has to be Toastmaster Preeti. And along with Toastmaster Preeti, there's Toastmaster Nitish, and yeah. And I think other than that, everybody did amazing today. So starting with Toastmaster of the Day, Khushi, she used 5 R's, and there was a repeated use of so in her speech. Going forward with Toastmaster Kanchan, she used 1 R, And then Toastmaster Pranav, he used 5 hours. Coming to the speaker of the day, Toastmaster Pragati, she used 4 hours, and there was repeated use of but, and also repeated use of the article when she said confidence and words like that. Coming to the table topic session, Toastmaster Sangmesh used 8 hours. Toastmaster Afaq used 1 hour. Toastmaster Rimjim, sorry, I forgot to mention Toastmaster Rimjim also was someone who didn't use filler words at all. But she used like in her speech a lot. Toastmaster Pranav used 2 hours. Toastmaster Akanksha used 10 hours, and there was a lot of usage of the word like. Toastmaster Nandeesh used 7 hours. Toastmaster Raghav used 4 hours, and Toastmaster Sandeep, while evaluating, used 3 hours, and there was a repeated usage of and. So that's it for today. Yeah. Back to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Can we have our grammarian with the grammarian report, and then we'll have the timer report, and we'll go in for the break? Yeah. Can we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Pranav?
So once again, good evening to everyone. So today, as I saw, there were no such grammatical errors or something. Everyone were good in their language usage. And word of the day was used by DTM Preeti. And I was expecting more of usage of the word of the day. But only one member used the word of the day. So there are 2 to 3 bad usages I noted. I didn't told anything, and do not dance was one thing, and for those rows you can use instead of that for this part of area in your evaluation. Instead of that, I think so. There were no such grammatical errors in today's meeting. Everyone was very fluent in their languages. So I appreciate you all. Kudos to you on that. So this was it was easy to me being a grammarian. So back to Toastmaster Preeti.
Evaluator wants to relish the snacks that the staff is brought downstairs. So she wants to give her report before we go down. So can I have the evaluator to
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be back on the stage. I always relish these evaluations. I always like to do these. So whenever anyone is giving their first time evaluation, someone is stepping out of their comfort zone and giving their evaluation, like my evaluator, Toastmaster Sandeep, and also our targeted speaker, Toastmaster Pragati, and also good evening to everyone. So starting off, you started off with explaining the sandwich method. I think it is not very necessary to explain it. I've told it very lot of times because it is a waste of time in your evaluation. So I would suggest that you remove the explanation of sandwich method. You start off Pragati's evaluation by giving her some good points that you noted from her speech. Those were structure, and also how much she was audible, and also the timings. So here, I think a few creative good points could have been used. I know timings is a very good point, but since she finished it before time, I think you could have added something else other than the timings. For example, she used really good quotes, or she used really good examples in her speech. So you could have added that, or also how much she was audible, the way you mentioned it, it was really good. I really liked it. And also the structure of speech you had mentioned, that is also a very good point. I think also you could have added the way she gave a personal touch to the story. You see how it's a creative way to take on the thing. Okay, now coming to the improvable, like points to improve or points that she could have improved. You mentioned tone. I agree, she was a bit monotonous, but I think she added emotions in her story, which could have also been noticed. Another thing, eye contact. First, what you said, her eye contact was when you're mentioning something which she has to improve. What you mentioned is what she has to improve, not what she did good. So what you said, she was good at eye contact, but she didn't give eye contact over there. So you could have just mentioned where she went wrong. Also, the pauses you mentioned, that was good. At the last, you again came to the good points. Instead of that, you could have summarized. So this was my evaluation for you. So all the best, Toastmaster Sandeep, for your further evaluation.
And now, before we go for the snacks, we have a timer with the timer's report. And once the report is done, see that the voting link will be posted on the group. So vote for the speakers and the vote takers. Over to our timer.
Good evening once again. I'm back with my report. Toastmaster Sandeep as Sergeant at Arms took 2 minutes 50 seconds. Acting Secretary Toastmaster Remjim 1 minute 15 seconds. Toastmaster Nitish for Presidential Address 9 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Khushi for Toastmaster of the Day Introduction 4 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti for introduction part as General Evaluator 1 minute 14 seconds. Toastmaster Kanchan as a timer 2 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rachana for our counter 1 minute. Toastmaster Pranav as a Grammarian 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Harsha as a listener 30 seconds. Toastmaster Pragati 7 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Mahmadhusen as a Toastmaster of the Day 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sangmesh as a speaker, a table topic speaker 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Afaq 2 minutes 22 seconds. 2 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Sandeep 28 seconds. Toastmaster Rimjim 1 minute 42 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav 2 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti 2 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Akanksha 2 minutes 36 seconds. Toastmaster Nandeesh 1 minute. Toastmaster Raghav 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Nitish 2 minutes 15 seconds. And for the evaluation, Toastmaster Sandeep took 2 minutes 27 seconds. And Akanksha as a evaluator took 2 minutes 25 seconds. Thank you.
Now let us have our amazing listener check our listening skills. Toastmaster Harsha, our first time listener on stage. All the best. We'll give you 5 stars after your 5 stars.
What Toastmaster Sandeep likes to do.
Someone else.
In my opinion, vada pav is the healthiest.
Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll add that.
Everyone is qualified as per time.
Okay. Okay. What are the types of comfort zone in Nitish opinion? What are the types of comfort zone in Nitish opinion? Khushi? It was Khushi. There are only two comfort zones. Yeah. What is the turtle name in Khushi's speech? Nandeesh. Okay. What was the tagline of Pranav's speech? Grammar matters more than you think.
More than?
You think.
Oh.
What motivates to get out of comfort zone to the Toastmaster Sangmesh? Nandeesh, you got the chocolate? Yeah. No. Rachana. At what time Rimjim's dad forced her to wake up?
5 a.m.
Okay, next. What is the craziest thing Toastmaster Raghav did on his college fest? Kanchan, you got the chocolate? No. You got the chocolate.
Mohammed is.
Mohammed. Correct. Thank you. That is it all.
My evaluation. I already have it. And here I'm back with my general evaluation report. Let us start with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sandeep. Who's Sandeep? Oh, yeah. Technically, I would say Sandeep was just perfect. He spoke on this theme, set the ground rules. Most importantly, he had great presence of mind in telling that Vada Pav is a healthy snack when he introduced our president and made it a little humorous. For just one improvement, Sandeep, because we are just club members today, I felt on this stage, you had some unnecessary movements. So try to move only when you want to state a point. And try practicing this in your next speech as a Sergeant at Arms. Second is eye contact. I think I have to speak only about today's meeting, but I mentioned this, that you've got great content to deliver. And I wish to look into your eyes when you're delivering the content. So try to maintain eye contact when you're talking, because that has a greater impact on the entire audience is what I feel. I loved the words that you used when you said water bottle becomes your friend and legs ask for mercy. So these kind of phrases or statements make your your talk more interesting. So I think Sandeep did a great job as a sergeant at arms, and I look forward to seeing less moments on stage the next time. Next, moving on to our president. I think President Toastmaster Nitish was dressed for his position as the leader of the club. He did not introduce guests because there were no guests. I don't know whether he forgot or it was because there were no guests, but he didn't do it because they were not there. One important point I felt sitting there in the audience was the connection between the theme and the address was a little difficult for me to understand. Was it too technical? Was there too much of data for a presidential address? Is something that you will have to think about. I also felt that there was too much of data inside. And could you actually, as the president, make a more inspiring keynote or a motivational keynote than show your knowledge on the topic, is what I felt. Also, try to connect every topic to the Toastmasters fraternity or to the Toastmasters where we are motivated to learn public speaking and leadership. Otherwise, I think Nitish did a good job. Our secretary, Rimjim, she summarized the entire meeting, the last 518th meeting, very well. One suggestion is, Rimjim, I would also connect this to the table topics. You got amazing content. You got a brilliant voice. Then can you raise the pitch of your voice? Because I feel that that would have a better impact, at least on me. I think you can ask a couple of your friends and try to mindfully raise the pitch of your voice so that everything is better audible than what we felt today. Next, moving on to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Khushi. You started off talking about the theme and you added a story and a personal story, which I think is great because that's how audience gets connected, is what I feel. You spoke about TMI. Today we didn't have guests, so it was okay that you did not speak about how many clubs and how many members across the world. Then that, I think, adds so much of energy that, oh, we are a part of this big organization. So talk a little more about Toastmasters International. Even if there are no guests, sometimes we have forgotten a lot of things. So as members, you reinforce what is Toastmasters International to all of us. You spoke about the entire meeting schedule, how it goes. Everything was perfectly explained. I miss the energy today, Khushi. As the director of the show, I feel there should have been more energy. Also, I would suggest, this is a suggestion, that can we have the president sit in the center and the Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator sit beside him? So that if you have any discussion between us, it's more easier to discuss. If we are lacking time or you want to tell the listener to reduce the number of questions or the table topic master, then I think as the director of the show, this front seat would do more justice. Otherwise, you did a great job. Next one, moving on to the Taggle team. Our Aakanksha, extremely calm and composed, put in that extra effort. Rachana, you put in that extra effort to bring in creativity and humor in the introduction of your role. A first time Aakanksha doing it, I think, deserves a huge round of applause. I also liked the Sadguru example that Rachana gave, not just because she gave an example, but I felt the dedication and the involvement that she had in her role, that she was observing ahs and ums in a particular scene that she was seeing. And this is what we usually should do, is what I feel. I think kudos on taking up the first role so well, Rachana, and all this taking up more roles in the future. Next, our Grammarian. Our Grammarian explained the role very well. I like the choice of the word of the day. Simple, but yet it's not used very often. I was just mentioning that we use the word like instead of relish. So that's a word that most of us could have used, but we didn't. So I like the choice of words. One challenge I wish our Grammarian to take, again, just because we are the members of the club and we are a family, I wish that the next role that you take up, I want you to by heart the explanation of the role and practice it. If you don't by heart, at least practice it 10 to 15 times. Because I know you have so much content, but sometimes you are finding it difficult to organize your thoughts and you're using a lot of ahs and ums and some grammatical errors. So just because your general evaluator is telling you to do this one role that you come and explain next time, practice it at least 10 to 12 times, by heart it and come and deliver it here. And see the difference that you will find when you go onto the seat there. So this is one suggestion. This is a challenge that I'm giving you if you would really like to take it. Next is our timer, Toastmaster Kanchan. She explained her role very well. She flashed her cards so that we could understand the cards very well. She also was very mindful in making a note of each role taker's timing, and she explained the report also in the end extremely well. One suggestion is, we had no guests today. Was it important that every time we are flashing the cards, we are saying that there is a 30 seconds extra, or can you just summarize it? Because I think redundancy can be avoided and our time of explaining the role can be shortened. Second, was it necessary that we had just one speaker today? You explain what is the timing in the icebreaker speech. So just be mindful of the number of, try reducing the time when you're explaining the role. But otherwise, I found you, I was sitting beside you and I was finding you extremely mindful in making a note of each role taker's sign. So kudos to you on that. And listener, first time listener. Harsha, I'm extremely happy that you came to stage. You confidently took up the role, you asked questions, you brought energy into the room. And I think for a first time role taker, you have crossed your comfort zone of becoming a good public speaker. So kudos to you on that. I like the 5-star, you gave 1 to me. So that was good. One thing is, I'm not sure this particular way of, oh, you've got chocolates, so I'll better give it to someone else is good. But sometimes, is it better to consider the person who's raised the hand first? Is a choice that you have to make. I'm not sure. Both are apt, but you have to decide. The table topic master. The table topic master selected all the topics based on the theme of the meeting, which is the apt way of actually doing the table topic master's role. He opened the Pandora box. I think everyone came out and spoke something which they would have not spoken. Their personal stories were out. I personally loved every topic. In fact, I want to attempt each one of them after I go home. One suggestion here is, I think as a table topic master, can you bring in more energy when after the speaker is spoken and gone to his seat? Can you actually speak just one line about the speaker's speech? You did it a couple of times and sometimes you missed, but I think energy was missing. And sometimes when a speaker is not spoken or spoken lesser than the time, can you encourage him when he goes onto his seat? Because otherwise, he's sitting on the seat and he's thinking, oh, why didn't I do well? So that motivation when you stand here helps him come back on stage again. So this is one thing that I felt was missing. But otherwise, I love the topic. Coming to a speech evaluator, I will not evaluate a speech evaluator because our evaluator's evaluator has done it. I will evaluate Akanksha as the evaluator's evaluator. Structure to an evaluation is extremely important. I felt the structure somewhere was missing. Positives, feedback, positives, and summary. This is how it goes. Why I'm asking you to do this is, tomorrow you're going to take part in contests. If you miss on this structure, then you miss in the contest. And also because this is a particular way that it's created, that's how it should be done. Next is, do not talk just to your speaker, but talk to the audience, because we all want to listen to what you're telling the evaluator. You started off by talking about your experience. 3 minutes and 30 seconds for an evaluator is just for his speaker. So see that every minute you are spending on giving evaluation to the speaker and no time is drawn to yourself. This is very important for every evaluator. So structure your evaluation: positives, feedback, positives, and summary. And then I think you're good to go. Did I miss someone? Coming to the entire meeting, I think we started the meeting 6 minutes late. 6 minutes also is a big time. Let's start at 6:10 sharp. Shifting of chairs distracts the speaker on stage, especially when the prepared speaker. He's already confused and tense, and when you're shifting chairs, then it distracts the speaker, so let's not do that. This arrangement of the mic is a beautiful arrangement, but then I feel it's getting a little clumsy because we are transferring the mic from one to the other. So can we make a sitting arrangement where once you go on the stage, you just pass the mic to the next person? Is something that we have to consider. Not that we draw mics from the meeting, but let's have a more graceful arrangement with the mics is what I would say. When we were having our snacks, we were 6 minutes late in coming upstairs for the meeting. Otherwise, you would have closed the meeting on time. So let's be mindful of calling our members back to the room after the snacks. Otherwise, I think the theme, the members today are not a house full. but better than the other meetings. And all the role takers did a wonderful job. I love to be the general evaluator for today's meeting, and I hope the feedback that I give to you makes you move beyond your comfort zone and be a better speaker and leader. Over to the Toastmaster. The voting link has been posted, so kindly vote.
It was really wonderful being the Toastmaster of the day. We had a great theme beyond the comfort zone, and I think all the ideas that we have shared today, we try to inculcate them. So, with this, I officially end my role as Toastmaster of the day and over to the President.
Okay,
So, anyone wants to work for TM Master of the day? Akanksha, Grammarian, listener, evaluators, Rachana, and Nandeesh. And we need one more evaluator. You are the Afaq. Khushi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you everyone for this wonderful meeting. Let's step forward, taking back all the comfort zones what we have. With this, I call upon the General Evaluator, Toastmaster of the Day, Table Topic Master, VP Education, to give out the certificates. The best role player goes to DTM Preeti as a General Evaluator.
Best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster.
Best evaluator, Toastmaster Akanksha.
Dear Toastmasters, we have two announcements. One might sound a slight heart attack, I understand. The Indian government of 18% tax again. So the renewal cycle is HDM to, in Dharwad. So this is the second announcement. Thank you. Let us all, with this, I close meeting number 519. Let's have gather.